you just as well give up. If you can see that, that's my small first aid kit. On my trousers is blood. Why is it all the best photographs are in the most difficult places to get to?
You're part of the photographic community that gives me so much, so it's time to give back to all of you. It's my mission to inspire and pass on my knowledge, passion and skills. You can subscribe using the watermark button on the screen. Ring your bell to make your subscription count. Please stay to the end and comment. It's your feedback that keeps the channel going.
Okay, so good morning. You'll have to excuse the sudden outburst from my bovine friend over there, but we'll try and get through this between us. Today's video is coming from a place called Barren Reservoir, but before I start that I want to tell you a little bit about my vlogging setup. It has changed a little bit. The legs fell off my vlogging tripod last week, and I mean literally fell off when I was using it. Luckily nothing was damaged, excuse him. But I've got this small tabletop tripod today, so pieces to the camera being done handheld or when the camera's sat on a wall like it is now. So I'm hoping it's not going to work out too badly. In fact, in many ways it might work out a little bit better, but we'll just see how it goes. So, today's video. We're at a place called Barren Reservoir. It's not a new location to me, it's somewhere that I've been before. I've got a few ideas of where we're going to go. We've got some reservoirs, some lakeside walks to take in. We've also got some maybe some reflections in the water, some trees, some woodland, possibly some streams as well. So with a bit of luck we'll have a mixture of different ideas and see what we can come up with in today's video. Well folks, I think this is probably going to be my first picture of the day, or certainly my first attempt at a picture of the day. I've come down to this scene that I've just shown you, which has got a really great sort of like stream running down through from a little wooden bridge. But what's really taken my eye, I don't know if you can see it in the frame or not now, but you saw it just now, is a little birch tree with some small yellow leaves on it, and it just adds a little bit of contrast and interest to the background. So we're going to try and get a composition set up where we've got the stream running down to this broken old fence which has some really lovely textures on it, and this birch tree in the background as well. I'm not sure if it's going to be colour or mono, may even be one that works well in both, so let's go and have a look and see what we can do with that. So here we are. Finally managed to set up the picture. It took a little bit of messing about, to be honest, to try and get it exactly how I wanted it, but yeah, it's not bad. So I'm going to spin you around so you can see what we're looking at. So we've got the stream running away in front of us in the foreground. We've got the birch in the background with that nice white trunk snaking its way up through. I think it's going to look good as a black and white picture actually. Who knows? I might try a colour version. But yeah, you've got this fantastic broken fence adding a little bit of interest, a little bit of water leading your eye down into the picture. Not a lot in the sky, but I'm underexposing the sky and a few other bracketed pictures so I can join them together. The sky doesn't look too bad. Yes, the camera's set up in portrait mode, and just to give you some idea, we're shooting at well, it varies. We're shooting at f10, f11, f11, 1/6 of a second, 2-second timer, no vibration or anything. One picture in the bag, hopefully it comes out. I'll put it up for you now, and we're going to carry on our journey. So I've just been walking along and thinking about photography in general, and it was going back to a video that I saw by another vlogger the other day on YouTube, and it got me thinking about that last picture that I took. It's probably not going to be a portfolio picture. So should I have taken it? You know, it's not going to be up there with the best on Instagram. It's not going to be up there with the best on Facebook. And it's not going to be up there with the best I've ever taken. Is it enough to go out and just enjoy the experience of taking pictures and not worry about whether or not it's the best image you ever took, and whether or not it's going to win competitions, awards, or get 10 million likes on social media? Well, of course the answer is, of course it's not. It's not that important. Because what's really important is being out here and enjoying the scenery and taking these photographs and having a really, really good time. And if you had to make your photography completely and totally goal-centered, so that you never ever went out and took okay pictures and just enjoyed the experience, you just as well give up and not go out and ever take any more pictures. So we're just walking along the side of the lake and heading towards another location. There's some fantastic reflections down there, but I just can't get anything to link up at the moment. Why is it all the best photographs are in the most difficult places to get to? I couldn't just find one where I could take it from the track. I've had to struggle down this bank and sit myself amongst all this dying off bracken and ferns and everything, and find this gap in the fence. So you can probably see what I've set up and where my camera is. I've got this broken break in the fence, which is acting as a nice frame. It's also got some great texture on it, so I'm going down and including those fence posts in it. And then we've got these grasses and these trees, barren of their autumn leaves, but still really attractive. And there's a nice reflection and calm over the reservoir. There's nothing in the sky, so I've not got the sky in my composition. I've just set it up nice and simply, and I've taken my pictures at f11 and f16 because, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to have a problem with focus, but just for insurance I've taken some at f8, and I might even use those. The f8 ones I've focus stacked, so I've focused on the near fence post, on the tree, and then on the background. And it might just be that those are the ones that I actually use. So before Ruby gets too bored and decides to run off, I think we're gonna move down, and I'll just show you this setup a little bit closer, and see if I can even show you the back of the camera. You never know. And then we'll get back on the track and see if we can pick up a third picture today, which would be fantastic. But I'm starting to think about breakfast, got to be honest. Starting to think about coffee and a bit of breakfast. Okay, so we have put the live view back on. There we go, switch that back on. Yeah, so there's I've just finished taking the picture at f8, and I've already taken the pictures, so there's probably no need to show you those again, but that gives you a bit better idea of what my composition actually is. This is a really, really peaceful spot. It's actually tempting just to stay here. It's fantastic. But alas, we're not going to. We're going to go and take some more pictures. Okay, so we stopped for a little bit of breakfast. I didn't vlog the walk up here. It was particularly boggy and slippery and not without incident, and I'll get to that in a minute. But we've just stopped for a coffee and something to eat, and Ruby's just finished off the end of my my porridge. So the bit that I wanted to get to was behind me here somewhere. If you can see that, that's my small first aid kit. I think since I've carried that probably about 2 years now, 2-3 years, I've never had to use it. So it'd be very, very easy to think, you know what, I'm not going to bother bringing it anymore. But let me just swing your camera around a minute and just have a look down. That slightly sort of like red stain on my trousers is blood. And you might ask, how on earth did you manage to get blood on there? Well, it's actually quite easy. Ruby slipped. I looked to see what Ruby was doing and then promptly slipped myself, and I slipped forward and cracked my shin on a rock. So luckily it's only a cut, it's no broken bones or anything, but it just goes to show how incredibly easy it is in a second of sort of lack of concentration to really hurt yourself. And I've had a few comments about how big my kit bag is and how much stuff I carry, and the reason for that is because I'm a landscape and outdoor photographer, okay? So a lot of my time I am outdoors taking my photographs, and I like to work on my own. I like to come out to these remote places, and the only way to do that is to do it with a certain amount of safety involved in mind. So I always carry first aid kit, a few bandages, knee strap, paracetamols, antiseptic creams, wipes, that type of thing as well. And like I said, I haven't used that kit. It normally runs out of date before I use it, but it just goes to show how having something with you can really, really help. Now, it's not hurting much. It is quite a deep little hole, so we'll have to see how we get on with that when we get home and clean it up properly and have a shower and etc. But I'm not thinking I'm going to do anything at the moment. Anyway, it is antiseptic, it is wrapped up, it has got a bandage on it, and it's good, and it's all because we carry the appropriate kit. So I'm going to do a little bit more photography. This is as far as I'm going to go with my walk. I got to the end of it. This is as far as I was going to go, to be honest, but the sun's come out. It's getting really quite contrasty, and I think there's some brilliant pictures which I've seen on the way up which I would like to save, probably for another day, and I may come back up here sooner than you think, to be honest. So I'm going to crack on with my coffee before Ruby decides to eat absolutely everything, and then we'll see if we can get another picture in on the way back. Well, I don't know if you guys can see it or not yet, but I wanted to take one more picture on the way back, and if you can't, you're going to see this tree in a minute anyway. But yeah, there is a fantastic tree with a few dead branches on it, well, what look like dead branches anyway, and there's a few leaves left on it, and we've got some fantastic bark and things down there as well. And you know what? I was going to leave it to shoot it to later on next week. The sun's not particularly high, so we have got a bit of modelling on it. And autumn is a strange thing. You're never quite sure what's going to happen with autumn. Some days you find that, you know, the leaves hang away for a long time. You've only got to have an unplanned sort of like storm or a freak breeze goes through this week, and all those leaves will be gone. So it's a delicate situation. So I'm going to shoot it today. And I'm thinking at the moment colour, saturated, f4, diffused background, maybe cut the sky out completely, and possibly even a square format, and just concentrate on those colours, those textures on that tree. Maybe a heavyish vignette to draw your eye into the picture. We'll just see how it goes. I'm not sure about the water down in the corner. That might be a bit of a distraction, but like I say, if I use a heavy vignette on it, it might just work it out. So let's get the camera set up and we'll take it from there. Okay, so here we are. That's it. I've taken the last pictures of today. So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with it. I couldn't actually decide what way to go in the end, so I've actually taken a number of different compositions. I seem to have done this possibly in my last video, where the camera is sort of like 18 feet up in the air and I can hardly see it. So actually, because of the angle of the light and the fact that the 5D Mark IV hasn't got a flippy screen on it, I've had to take the camera down, look at it, put it back up, adjust the composition, look at the screen again and do it bit by bit. But it's worked out okay. So we've got the picture of the shop there. I've taken a few pictures at f11 and I've taken a few at f4 as well. It's the f4 ones which I hope are going to work out really well, because I just want that little bit of diffusion in the background and something just to make that tree stand out even more than the beautiful colours do already. So I've got high hopes for that picture, and hopefully it'll come out really well. I'm going to pack up now, make my way back to the car, and all being well, I'll leave you with that last image, and I'll see you next time.
I hope you're enjoying the video. Maybe you would like to carry on, so try these suggestions next. I want to share more knowledge, more skills, more passion and stories about photography with you. So think about subscribing. If you do, ring the bell. It will make your subscription count. If you have time, comment. I will see you on the next video. So get out there and enjoy your photography.